yung sinasabi nating past due. This shall mean that the loan is delinquent for a period of at least 6 months as of the first day of the condonation period. Ito further natin yan i-discuss later. Kailan nga ba yung first day ng condonation period? Ito po ay mag-run in 3 months which shall commence from November 15, 2021 until February 14, 2022. So lagi nga nating sinasabi, busy-busy po ang SSS pagdating ng Valentine's Day next year. So if ever man po na kung alam niyo na kayo ay may past due loan at balak niyo pong mag-apply nitong program na short-term member loans penalty condonation program, wag na po nating hintayin, wag na po kayo magpatumpik-tumpik, wag na po nating hintayin yung last day. Kasi syempre, nagta-traffic din naman po sa sa online natin, di ba? So para hindi na kayo ma-hassle doon sa pag nagkaroon ng down or nagkaroon ng intermittent connection, hindi na kayo ma-hassle na hindi kayo makapag-apply. So if ever kung November 15 nag-up na siya onwards, mag-apply na kayo kung decided naman po kayong mag-apply, since makakatulong din naman po ito doon sa mga naghahabol nung kanilang para maging current yung kanilang mga loans. So who are the qualified members to avail the STML-PCP? Those with past due loans for at least 6 months as of the first day of condonation period. Meaning, dapat 6 months ng past due yung kanilang loan at the time na nag-implement si SSS nung condonation, which is November 15. If ever po na yung kanilang loan ay hindi, kunwari 5 months past due pa lang ng as of November 15, and magiging 6 months past due pa lang yan ng December 15, or ika 6 months pa lang yung hindi nagbabayad sa December, hindi po yun maka-qualify. So, ang qualified lang po is ika 6 months niya ng November 15, 2021 na hindi pa siya nakakapagbayad ng monthly amortization. Yun po ang mga qualified. So, if ever po yung mga lumang-lumang loan at hindi na nabayaran, syempre po, yun po ay technically qualified na po sila kasi matagal na pong past due yung kanilang loans. So, second is member borrowers who are under 65 years old at the end of the installment term. Ito po ay applicable lang sa mga magpa-file or mag-avail ng STML-PCP under the installment payment term. Kailangan po at the time po ng kanyang end nung installment term, dun pa lang po siya magsi-65. Okay, further po natin i-discuss yan mamaya. May mga samples po tayo dyan. Next is have not been granted any final benefit like permanent total disability or retirement. So, syempre, kung ikaw ay nakapag-file naman na dati ng iyong retirement, nagpe-pension ka na, sa malamang po, wala na po dapat tinili na past due. Naisara na po dapat yun at naibawas na sa pension ninyo by that time. So, next is have not been disqualified due to fraud committed against the SSS. So, yung mga fraudster natin, hindi po sila makakapag-avail nitong ating programa. Next, member borrowers who will file their final benefits application for permanent total disability or retirement whose contingency date is on or before the last day of the availment period, which is on February 14, 2022. Same with the heirs or beneficiaries of deceased member borrowers. So ito po, ang final benefit po ng member must be filed within the availment period. So between November 15, 2021 to February 14, 2022 only. And ang contingency date nila is dapat on or before February 14, 2022. If ever man po na paano ba natin sasabihin? Si member, ang contingency date niya is January 2021 for example. Tapos magpa-file po siya ng November 30. Qualified po ba siya? Yes po, qualified po siya. Kasi nag-file siya within availment period, which is November 30. November 30. Tapos, ang kanyang contingency date is before the last day of availment period. So, pasok po iyon. If ever naman po kung ang member ay ang contingency date niya is December 1. So, pasok pa yun, di ba? December 1. Kaso po, nag-file siya ng kanyang claim March 2022. So, hindi po siya makakapag-avail nito since until February 14, 2022 lang ang tatanggapin po natin na filing. So, what will happen to the delinquent loans if member apply for the STML-PCP? The sum of all outstanding principal and interest of the member borrower's past due loans shall be consolidated into one consolidated loan. So, if, for example, ito pong member, meron po siyang 3 past due loans for at least 6 months. So, meron tayong salary loan 2016, emergency loan 2018, and calamity loan 2020, which totals to 28,288.36. Hindi na natin sinama rito si penalty. Mapapansin po ninyo, principal and interest lang po yung ating sinam. Si penalty po, yun po yung ating i-waive or i-condone upon full payment po nung consolidated loan natin na 28,000. So if ever naman po, kung ang loan nyo po ay isa lang ang past due loan ninyo, yun lang po, yung principal and interest nun, yun po yung magiging consolidated loan, and the penalty will be condoned upon full payment po ng principal and interest. So if ever, kung mas marami pa dyan ang open loan or past due loans niyo, yun po yung i-add lang po natin, add up lang, principal and interest po. So ano nga ba ang payment terms po na available para sa mga membro under this program? So first is the one-time payment. This is full payment of the consolidated loan within 30 calendar days from receipt of the notice of approval of the penalty condonation application in a single payment transaction. So doon muna tayo sa what is the yung receipt of notice na binabanggit natin. This shall be deemed the date when the electronic notice was sent to the applicant's email address. So technically po, if ever kung nag-file si member today, then na-approve na siya ngayon, yun din po yung time na magsasend si SSS ng notice of approval. Then, if after that receipt of notice of approval, within 30 days, dapat mabayaran na po niya yung tinatawag natin na consolidated loan in a single payment transaction. So, yung binabanggit po natin na single payment transaction is dapat isang resibo lang po siya. Unlike po kay previous LRP natin, kung may mga gamawang members po dati na inunti-unti or in-staggered po nila yung payments nila within 30 days na bayaran nila in buo. Kunwari, 30,000 yung kanilang loan. Tapos, nag-10,000 muna sila this week. Next week, 10,000. Third week, 5,000. Fourth week is another 5,000. So, nakompleto nila yung 30,000 in 30 days. Ito po, hindi po natin yung tatanggapin. Kailangan po, single transaction lang po siya. So, kung ang approved consolidated loan mo is 30,000, dapat pag nag-transact ka kay SSS Tellering branch, SSS branches with tellering facility or sa ating mga collecting partners, isang payment lang po na 30,000 yung inyong ibibigay. So, member borrowers who are 65 years old or older who will not file their final benefit claim within the availment period may avail of one-time payment term. So magtataka kayo, bakit may mga ganun pa ba? So, meron po kasi tayo mga cases na yung member 65 years old na, pero hindi pa po qualified to file a final benefit claim. Yung iba, nagkukumpleto pa po ng kanilang contributions. Hindi pa nila namimit yung 120. So, hindi pa sila makapag-file ng kanilang final benefit claim. If ever man po na ganun, at gusto mag-file po ng member, pwede po silang mag-avail nitong STML PCP, kung meron silang loan, pero ang maa-avail lang po nila is yung one-time payment term. Yun ay para sa mga 65 years old or older po. So, dun sa note natin sa baba, ulitin lang natin, no staggered or partial payments of the consolidated loan are allowed even if the required payment is completed within the 30-day prescribed period. So, in short, kailangan isang bayad lang po sa isang approved consolidated loan or yung STML PCP po natin. So, for case 1, ito po yung sample natin with multiple outstanding loans siya, like yung kaninang pinakita natin. As of November 17, nag-check siya. Meron siyang, yung kanyang mga loans is past due for at least 6 months. So, pinakita lang natin kung ano yung for collection, principal and interest, and the penalty is condonable. If ever po na magpa-file si member and ang kanyang napili is one-time payment term, ito po yung magiging kanyang magiging consolidated loan, 28,288.36, which is the sum of all principal and interest na kanyang mga past due loans. So, for collection po natin yan, with due date on December 17, 2021. Since November 17 siya nag-file and approve, after 30 days and 30 calendar days, yun na po yung kanyang due date, which is December 17, 2021. Then the total condonable penalty is 2,197.07, which shall be condoned upon full payment nung kanyang consolidated loan na 28,000 on or before December 17, 2021. Okay, dito naman po sa next sample natin for case 2, na isa lang po yung kanyang outstanding loan. 2018 lang. As of November 30, yan po yung kanyang outstanding balance with the condonable penalty of 1,564. So, i-add lang natin si principal and interest with a total of 7,233.53, which shall be payable within 30 calendar days with the due date of December 30, 2021, which is 30 days after the November 30 kaya siya nag-apply. Then again, yung 1,564.45 na kanyang penalty will be condoned upon full payment po nung nasabi nating consolidated loan on or before the December 30, 2021 due date. Next, the second payment term is the installment term. So, dalawa lang po yung ating pagpipilian. One-time payment and installment term. Dito po sa installment term, meron po tayong 50% down payment. So, yun yung full payment ng 50% of the consolidated loan within 30 calendar days from receipt of the notice of approval of the penalty condonation application in a single payment transaction. Ito po ay parang yung sa one-time payment. Ang difference po nila is yung computed consolidated loan natin is 50% lang po dun ang kanilang babayaran. And the remaining 50% po shall become restructured loan 1 and shall be paid in 6 equal monthly installments starting from the month following the end of the 30 calendar period from receipt of the notice of approval. So, ayun po, if ever kung ang due date ng kanyang consolidated loan under one-time payment or yung sa 50% down payment is December 30, like yung sample natin kanina, ang kanyang magiging first amortization is January 2022 naman po. So again, no staggered or partial payments of the consolidated loan are allowed, even if the required payment is completed within the 30-day prescribed period. So mahigpit po tayo doon. Laging single payment transaction lang po ang dapat gawin doon sa consolidated loan. Either one-time payment, which is the 100% of the consolidated loan, or 50% down payment, which is the 50% of the consolidated loan. So, isang bagsak lang po yun. Ito po yung sample natin for the installment. So, same given data lang po tayo. Ang magiging difference lang natin is ito po. Yung 28,288.36 na for collection or the consolidated loan is i-divide lang natin siya into 2. So, yung 50% shall be due on December 17, 2021. While the remaining 50% po, yung 14,000 din, shall be payable in 6 monthly installments at 3% interest per annum. Magbibigay po tayo ng panibagong monthly amortization doon. So, like I said po earlier, yung amortization period niya mag-start ng January. Since December 17 po yung kanyang due date sa consolidated loan, the next month po nun, yun po yung start of amortization period po ng kanyang restructured loan. Then, upon full payment po nung 50% down payment, which is yung 14,144.18, i-condone po natin yung 50% condonable penalty niya, yung 1,098. Ito po. Then, upon full payment naman po nung kanyang restructured loan, the remaining 50% condonable penalty will be waived po. So, for example, number 2 naman po, ito po yung may one outstanding loan lang po siya. Ito po, with a total of 7,233.53, divide lang natin sa 2 or times 50%, yun po yung kanyang 50% down payment, 3,616.77, which shall be payable within 30 calendar days or with due date on December 30, 2021. Since as of November 30 po siya nag-apply. While the remaining 50% shall be restructured and will be given a new monthly amortization of 607.95. Okay po. Ito po yung sample new payment terms and due date po niya. So, yung condonation application, in-assume natin ng November 30 with the due date of December 30, 2021. And, ang sabi nga natin, yung first amortization para po dun sa restructured loan niya shall be the month after the due date po ng kanyang consolidated loan. So, January 2022. With the due date of February 28, 2022. Okay, if ever man po, si member, nabayaran niya yung 50%, sinasabi natin 3,616.77. Pero, yung restructured loan niya with monthly amortization of 607.95, after 6 months, hindi niya po nabayaran ng buo. So, nag-expire na po yung RL1 niya. Ano ang mangyayari? The remaining balance of the RL1 plus the proportionate portion of the condonable penalty shall be converted into a defaulted restructured loan 2 and shall henceforth be charged a 10% interest per annum until fully settled. So like yung previous restructured loan natin, kung may mga nakapag-avail na po nun, if ever, kung hindi man po nabayaran yung RL1, isa-set up po natin yun as RL2 or restructured loan 2 with a higher interest. So dapat po, kung mas better na hindi na po natin paabutin doon. Babayaran natin si RL1. Since si RL1 kasi 3% per annum lang siya. While this RL2 will be due and demandable na po yan. Wala na po yung panibagong monthly amortization. And i-charge na po ng higher interest which is 10% per annum na po. So, meron lang po tayong mga payment reminders. If ever, kung mag-avail po ng ang member ng installment or para po sa mga installment term, member borrowers must be under 65 years old at the end of the installment term. So, inulit lang po natin yung kanina. Otherwise, member will qualify under the one-time payment term only. So, kung magsi-65 na po si member, si system, ililimit na po niya yun. Hindi na po natin papayagan si member na mag-installment. Bali, ang option na lang po na makikita niya is one-time payment term. So, for DDR, applicants shall only be allowed to avail of one-time payment term, syempre po, through deduction from the proceeds of the final benefit claim. Hindi na po maglalabas si member ng kanyang payment. I-deduct na lang po sa kanyang proceeds upon approval po ng kanyang final benefit. Then, next, a payment reference number or PRN shall be issued with the amount and due date for each required payment for both consolidated loan and restructured loan. So, yung consolidated loan po natin, bibigyan natin siya ng PRN or payment reference number real time. Once na-approve po yung kanyang STML TCP na application, magpa-prompt na po sa last page yung kanyang payment reference number. This payment reference number is not editable po. Since kailangan equal po yung kanyang payment. Na tulad ng binabanggit natin kanina, since bawal po siya mag-partial or staggered payment. Dahil sa restructured naman po, kasama po iyon sa regular billing po. By the way, ito po pala ay para sa mga individuals po. So, ang PRN po nila ay papadala sa individual member, even if they are employed. Okay. Additional lang din po, yung ating payment po, di ba binabanggit natin sa consolidated loan, magbibigay tayo ng PRN, which shall be payable within 30 calendar days from receipt of the notice of approval. While sa restructured loan naman po, since regular billing po siya, yung kanyang payment due date is every end of the following month. So, yun pa rin po ang susundin natin, yung ating regular payment due date. So, next, what are the conditions for the condonation? So, the unpaid penalties of loan shall be condoned once sa one-time payment term niya is fully paid na yung kanyang consolidated loan within the approved payment term, which is yung 30 calendar days nga po. 100% natin i-condone yung kanyang penalty once nabayaran na po niya iyon. While sa installment term naman po, 50% of the consolidated penalty shall be condoned upon full payment naman po nung 50% down payment within 30 calendar days. While the remaining 50% po will be fully condoned upon full payment naman po nung RL1. Next condition, the penalty condonation application shall be deemed cancelled and shall not entitle the member to condonation of penalty if partial payment is made for the consolidated loan under one-time payment or 50% down payment. So, ito po yung binabanggit natin kanina. Bakit hindi tayo tatanggap ng partial payment? Or kung meron man tayong matanggap na partial payment, ika-cancel pa rin po natin yung penalty condonation application ng member. Pero yung mga payment po na yon, yung partial payment na binayad ng member, shall be treated as regular payment na po. So, hindi na po siya iti-treat as condonation payment. Ibabalik po natin siya doon sa inyong oldest outstanding short-term member loan. Doon po natin ipopost following the order of priority, which is penalty muna, then interest, and last to principal. Any excess to that shall be applied to the second outstanding short-term member loan, and so on. Pero, we will allow members to resubmit the application. So, pwede pa rin naman po sila mag-avail nung STM-LPCP within the availment period. So, until February 14, 2022, pwede pa sila mag-avail. Pero, based na doon sa recomputed loan balance after the posting ng partial payments. Yun ay kung may natira pa pong penalty. So, if ever kung na-consider na po doon sa ginawa ng partial payment yung penalty, hindi na po siya magiging past due. Yung penalty and interest kung na-consider mo doon kung medyo malaki, pero hindi pa rin kasi niya na hindi pa rin niya na fully pay yung kanyang consolidated loan. So next, the balance of RL1 should be 0 at the end of the term. Otherwise, yung unpaid principal ng RL1 niya and the proportionate balance of the condonable penalty shall become part of a new principal under Restructured Loan 2 or RL2. The RL1 shall be closed and the RL2 shall be set up. So, yan, iwasan po nating mangyari po yan. Ini-encourage po natin lahat na if ever kung mag-a-apply man po ang member ng installment term, mabayaran po nila hanggang yung restructured loan 1, ma-zero out po nila. Para na rin po, hindi na mag-convert yung kanilang account into restructured loan 2 with a higher interest of 10%. Ayan. So, compare natin yung binabanggit natin yung mga interest rate kanina. Sa RL1, yung interest rate niya po is 3% per annum computed on a diminishing principal balance over the 6 months payment term. While doon naman sa penalty is 1% per month shall be charged against RL1's unpaid amortization after its due date during RL1's payment term. While kay RL2, meron naman po tayong 10% interest per annum. So, malaki yung difference ng interest kay RL1 at RL2. At ang isa pa, yung full amount ng RL2, including all accrued interest, shall be immediately due and demandable. So, hindi na natin yan bibigyan na ng amortization, like what I said earlier po. Wala nang amortization, kailangan po bayaran na po ng buo ng member. Unless, kailangan na po niyang bayaran ng buo if ever, kung hindi man po, mag-i-interest lang po yun ng 10% per annum until mabayaran na po niya ng buo. So, lalaki lang din po. Kaya, iwasan na lang din po natin yun. So, other conditions, all member borrower must apply for the penalty condonation program or the STM-LPCP through the SSS website by accessing his or her my.sss account. So, online na po ang filing po nitong ating STM-LPCP, like yung other loans natin, salary loan, calamity loan. Hindi na po natin i-allow or wala po tayong over-the-counter filing neto sa branches. So, kung pwede kayong pumunta sa branch, pero gagamitin niyo po yung e-service, yung ating e-centers. Para lang po sa mga walang computers or yung walang internet sa kanilang bahay, pwede po tayo sa branch, pero yung e-center lang po. Hindi na po tayo magta-transact doon sa mga MSR. Exemption to these are the are those members with death, disability, retirement claims, which can only be filed through over-the-counter filing. So, ito pong 5 members po na ito na magpa-file ng kanilang DDR is which includes self-employed, with dependents, mine workers, racehorse jockeys, and incapacitated retirees subject for representative pay. Ito po ay mga magpa-file lang over the counter ng kanilang mga TTR claims. Though, i-discuss natin later, wala naman po tayong separate filing ng STML PCP para po sa mga DDR filers. Automatic na po iyon sa system. Binanggit lang po natin dito na yung mga magpa-file ng DDR na hindi online ay itong 5 ito. Though wala naman po siyang direct effect doon sa ating STML PCP filing. Okay, next is payment reference number under the RTPL or the real-time processing of loan shall be used for the consolidated and restructured loan payments. Okay, mag-i-issue po tayo ng PRN for either of the two. Yung one-time man or sa installment term. In case naman po na yung full amount of the one-time payment term or the 50% down payment of the consolidated loan ay hindi nabayaran po ng member within the 30 calendar days from the receipt of the notice of loan approval, binanggit po natin na we will allow the resubmission po ng condonation application provided na ito po ay gagawin on or before the last day of the program implementation on February 14, 2022. Okay, sa mga ayaw na pong gawin iyon, make sure lang na nabayaran niyo po yung inyong unang in-apply na STML PCP para hindi na po kayo maghabol before the last day of the condonation program implementation. So, number 4, amount due under the approved condonation application under the RL1 or RL2, including all accrued interest and penalties, must be fully paid before the member borrower can avail of other SSS short-term member loan program. So, syempre, kailangan bayad, like yung LRP po natin dati, kailangan bayad po muna itong ating consolidated loan or yung restructured loan 1 or RL2 bago po mag-avail ulit ang member ng short-term loan programs. Dito po, ano ba mga requirements na kailangan natin dito? Member must be registered in the My.SSS online facility for online filing of the application. Siyempre, paano ka po makakapag-avail kung hindi ka pa nakakapag-register? Since online filing lang po ang ina-allow natin dito sa STML PCP. Kaya if ever po yung mga hindi pa po registered online, mag-register na po kayo as early as now. Register na po kayo sa ating My.SSS facility para ma-enjoy nyo rin po yung ating, dito, yung ating mga magagawa doon sa ating online facility. Pwede kayong mag-check doon ng inyong statement of account, mag-check ng mga requirements para sa ganitong benefits. Marami po tayong magagawa na doon. Kesa naman po magpunta pa tayo sa branch or kung saan pa tayo mag-search. Mag-register na lang po tayo sa My.SSS. And para ready na rin po kayo, once na nag-implement na po itong ating programa, on November 15, meron na kayong My.SSS account. And we also encourage everyone na sa spread po natin sa ating mga kakilala na regarding this program and kailangan din nila na mag-register ng sa My.SSS para rin po, ready na rin po sila before November 15. Next is Member must have a qualified short-term member loan that is past due for a period of at least 6 months as of the first day of the STM-LPCP period or as of November 15, 2021. Ito po yung diniscuss natin kanina na dapat may past due loan po si member for at least 6 months as of November 15, not as of not within November 15 to February 14, 2022. Cut-off po natin is November 15, 2021. So, yung mga succeeding months na magpa-past due pa lang ang member ng 6 months, hindi po yun kasali. Next, member must have an updated contact information. So, like mailing or home address and email address. Para naman po yan sa mga billing purpose po natin. Like yung kay PRN din. Yan. Para sa sendan. So, ito, sending of notice of invitation. Magpapadala po tayo sa ating mga members electronically ng ating notice of invitation regarding this program. So, papadala tayo kay individual member borrowers and employers. So, bakit natin sinali si employers? Though, hindi naman pwedeng mag-file si employer para sa kanilang mga empleyado. Ito po ay para makatulong si employer sa pag-i-inform sa iba pang mga employees nila na hindi pa nakabalita regarding this one. Yun, para ma-encourage nila if ever na mag-apply nitong ating programa. Ito po ay ating ipapadala through the following channel, through the registered email address, registered po sa SSS, and yung ating bagong inbox facility in the my.sss. Yung mga meron na pong my.sss account, kung familiar na po kayo dito, meron na po tayong bagong facility po doon na nagpapadala ng mga updates si SSS. Ang purpose natin for this invitation is for the stakeholders' awareness on the program details and to give them the opportunity to learn and understand the program's purpose. So, if ever man, kung for further information doon sa ating guidelines, pwede pa rin po nilang i-check yung ating circular 2021-014. Okay, the general process flow. First is access yung apply for STM-LPCP under the e-services in my.sss account. So, ito po yun, example natin. Dito po natin siya ilalagay under e-services tab, drop down, ayan, apply for STM-LPCP. Okay. So, next, select preferred term and submit the application together with the promissory note as well as certification and undertaking. So if ever, we encourage everyone na to read carefully and understand fully yung ating mga documents na ipapakita, like yung terms and conditions, yung disclosure statement for installment term only, prior po nila na isubmit yung kanilang application para at least aware po sila doon sa mga guidelines. Sasabihin po natin doon yung kanilang payment terms and others, yung kanilang total payables. Ayun. Ito po ay yung binanggit natin na promissory note and certification of undertaking. Kasama na po yan doon sa screen ng application. Wala na po tayong any forms na kailangan pong i-download or i-submit upon application. Pag pumasok po tayo dun sa kaninang binanggit ko sa inyo, pag in-access niyo po yung apply for STM-LPCP, lalabas na po doon yung inyong option for the preferred term. Then, ipapakita na rin po natin yung consolidated loan amount, yung details yung loan details po ninyo. Then, andun na din po si promissory note, to certification and undertaking, si terms and conditions, and disclosure statement para po sa mga mag-avail ng installment term. Yun po yung ating na sana basahin po ng members kahit mahaba po iyon. Alam naman natin na lahat naman po ng tao, halos lahat ng tao, if ever kung mahaba man ang makita nila, ni-skip na lang nila. Pero sana nga po basahin po ng lahat para na rin po naiintindihan po natin kung ano yung nilalaman ng programa. So, third is, once na-approve po, member will receive the notice of loan approval through po ng MyNet SSS and through members registered email. So, di ba naman po, if ever, kasi once na nag-submit si member, yung notice of loan approval po is i-display na rin natin. Real time po natin i-display yon, then i-confirm lang po ng member yon. Pero magpapadala pa rin po tayo ng kanilang copy through the inbox facility and sa members registered email. Para na lang din po may copy si member. Kasama po doon sa ipapadala natin yung mga ibang yung promissory note, certification and undertaking, yung terms and conditions, and disclosure statement para po may copy po si member. Then, fourth, pay the issued STML PRN within the approved due date to any SSS accredited collecting partners, bank or non-bank, or SS branches with tellering facility. So, binabanggit natin doon with tellering facility. Kasi hindi po lahat ng SSS branches ay may tellering facility. So, yung sa list naman po ng accredited collecting partners, meron po tayo niyan. I believe, pinopost po natin sa ating mga social media accounts. Pwede po, or sa yung mga natatandaan kong kilala natin is yung Bayad Center, SM Payment Center, tapos yung GCash, siya po ay in partnership with Bayad Center. Okay. Ito po, para naman po sa mga DDR applicants. So, sino-sino nga po bang DDR applicants ang qualified? Whose final benefit application is filed within the STML availment period and whose contingency date is within the STML PCP period. So first, members application and processing for DDR claim. Yan yung filing niya. Then approval of the members DDR benefit. Then, automatic na po yung condonation of penalty natin para sa mga eligible short-term member loan accounts ng DDR filer. After that, we will automatically send a notice of qualification on penalty condonation program to members or beneficiaries registered email address. Yan, magpapadala po tayo para dun sa mga qualified DDR applicants na may loans or past due loans ng notice of qualification. So, take note po, yung mga DDR filer need not accomplish a separate application form for STML PCP since member borrowers past due loan accounts are automatically qualified based on above stated eligibility requirements. So, hindi na po nila kailangan mag-file ng STML PCP. Hindi na rin po nila kailangan mag-online yung mga tinuro natin kanina. Ang kailangan lang po nila, mag-file po nung kanilang DDR application or yung final benefit application. Kung online man yan or over the counter, kailangan po nilang i-file within the availment period. Okay. Sa last part na po tayo, which is the frequently asked questions. First, what is Short-Term Member Loan Penalty Condonation Program or STML PCP? It is one of the pandemic relief and restructuring program offerings of SSS. Kasi 5 po iyon. So, yung first 3 is sa contribution, while the last 2, yung 4 and 5, is for the loans naman po. Yung 4th is for housing, and itong 5th po yung short-term member loans. With the aim to provide member borrowers with delinquent or past due loans whose livelihood and financial capacity might be affected by the recent pandemic. So, binibigyan natin sila ng opportunity to fully pay or fully settle yung kanilang mga obligations sa SSS net of yung kanilang penalty. I-waive po natin yung kanilang penalty upon full payment nung kanilang principal and interest. So what will happen to the members' delinquent loans under the SPNL-PCP? Yun nga po, as discussed, yung total amount of the outstanding principal and interest of the members' past due loan shall be consolidated into one consolidated loan, which can be settled through a payment term applicable to the member's paying capacity. So may option po siya to avail one-time payment or installment term po. Then, upon full payment po nung nabanggit natin, through one-time or installment term, the corresponding penalty shall be condoned. Number 3, are the stock investment loan program and privatization fund loan program included in the STNL-PCP? Hindi po. Hindi po ito covered ng STNL-PCP since SSS currently offers an option to sell program for the said 2 programs. Ito po kasi ay lumang loan na po natin. So, meron na po silang existing na program, yung option to sell program. Number 4, what are the requirements needed in availing the STML-PCP? Ayun nga po, kailangan po registered sa my.sss facility. Then, meron pong qualified member loan that is past due for a period of at least 6 months as of November 15, 2021. And member must have an updated contact information and email address para naman po sa ating billing. Next, will the member be eligible for the STML-PCP if his or her loan account will only become past due after the November 15, 2021 start date of the STML-PCP implementation? So, hindi po. Like yung diniscuss natin kanina. Kailangan po, yung kanyang delinquent loan for at least 6 months is past due na yung kanyang delinquent loans is past due for at least 6 months as of the first day ng condonation period. Yung succeeding past due loans po for the subsequent months will no longer be eligible to the program. So, ito po ang sample natin. Kunwari, merong salary loan dated January 2020 si member. Tapos, ang status ng kanyang account as of November 15, which is yung first day ng implementation, is current. So, hindi pa siya past due. Magpa-file sana siya ng November 15 nung nag-open si SDMM-PCP. I-reject po siya ng ating system kasi hindi po siya qualified. Wala pang 6 months past due yung kanyang account. If ever naman kung ang mangyari naman po is with 6 months past due by January 2021. So, sa January 2021 pa lang magpa-past due ng 6 months yung kanyang loan, existing loan. Pero, ang ginawa niya, nag-file naman po siya ng February 14, 2022. So, January. Pero nag-file siya ng February 14, 2022. Pasok pa sa ating availment period. Hindi pa rin po qualified po yun. Since 6 months past due siya ng January 2021. Ang cut-off po natin is November 15, 2021 lang. Past due siya as of November 15, 2021. So, yung mga succeeding months, hindi na po iyon kasama. Hindi na po makakwalify ang loan ng member. So number 6, how can a member apply to the STML-PCP? So sabi nga natin kanina, ito po ay online filing na lang. Hindi na po natin i-open ito sa ating mga SSS branches. Wala na pong over-the-counter filing. Except, doon nga po sa mga DDR applicants na over-the-counter pa po ang filing nila. Yung self-employed, dependents, man workers, etc. So, sila-sila lang po yung magpa-file over-the-counter ng kanilang DDR claim application. Though, kung over-the-counter, si STML PCP ay automatic pa rin po sa system. Hindi na po kailangan mag-apply ng miyembro. So, walang mag-a-apply na DDR applicant. Hindi na po sila kailangan magpasa online. Magpapasa lang po sila ng kanilang DDR claim application within the availment period. Number 7, what if member don't have an online account? Can they apply to the nearest SSS branch instead? So, in compliance po dun sa Ease of Doing Business and Efficient Government Service Delivery Act of 2018, this program is available online for easy access anytime and anywhere. Pero po, pwede pa rin, like what I said po earlier, pwede pa rin po naman pumunta si member borrower sa SSS branches using yung ating e-center facility where our branch personnel will assist in creating the my.sss account and in applying to the STML PCP. So, mga wala pong computer or laptop or capacity to do that, pwede naman po kayong pumunta. Walang internet access, and pwede po kayong pumunta sa SSS using the e-center facility to file this STML PCP upon creating yung my.sss account po ninyo. So, number 8. Can a member choose a shorter or longer installment term for the restructured loan? Hindi po. Naka-fix po yung ating 6 months. Allowed lang po yung ating members to pay in installment for 6 months. However, paying a higher amount than the scheduled amortization shall be allowed to accelerate the full settlement of RL1. So, kung babayaran nyo po in advance, pwede naman po iyon. Mas malaki yung babayaran ninyo doon sa ating PRN issue, sa RL1 lang po yun ha. Since si RL1 PRN lang po ang editable. Si consolidated loan po, hindi po siya editable. Kailangan laging equal lang po yung ibabayad. Okay, so 6 months lang po to all. Wala po tayong option na maging 12 months po yan. Hindi po natin siya ma-extend. Tsaka kung may nabalitaan lang po kayo na 1 year po yung kanyang payment term, hindi po. Mukhang nagkamali po ang may napanood kasi akong news na 1 year po yung nabanggit nila. So baka napagpalit lang nila. Si 1 year po kasi is para sa housing, I think. So para po kay short-term member loan penalty condonation program, 6 months lang po ang ina-allow po natin pag installment term. Number 9. How can DDR applicants who have past due loans avail of the STML PCP? So, yun nga, yung binanggit ko po kanina rin. Eligible yung mga DDR applicants na may eligible loans na past due and who will file their DDR claim application online or through SSS branches para dun sa 5 within the STML PCP availment period shall automatically be qualified to STML PCP. No need to submit a separate STML PCP application. So, wala po talaga tayong application form. Either non-DDR applicant po yan or DDR applicant. Lahat po, Tama, wala po tayong application na printed. Pero yung online application po natin is for non-DDR applicants only. Yung mga magpa-file po ng kanilang DDR application po ay automatic na po nating ng kanilang penalty once na aprobahan yung kanilang benefit. Number 10 are DDR applications filed before the STM period and with qualified pass-through yung mga may pending DDR application po encoded in the system submitted prior November 15 shall no longer be eligible to the program. Only those filed within agreement period shall automatically be qualified to STML PCP. So yung mga nag-file na po dati earlier than November 15, 2021, hindi na po sila eligible for this program. So kahit nakapending pa po yung kanilang application, hindi pa na-approve, hindi na po sila magiging eligible. Kasi kailangan po yung babasa ng ating system is filed po siya between November 15 to February 14, 2020. And automatic na yun. I-condone po yung penalty once na aprobahan ng DDR application. What payment term shall be applicable for DDR applicants? So, ino-offer lang po natin para sa mga DDR applicants ay one-time payment term through deduction from the proceeds of final benefit claim. Okay, wala po tayong installment doon kay DDR applicants. Since i-deduct po yan outright doon sa inyong proceeds ng final benefit claim. Next, what payment term shall be available if member borrower is already 65 years old or will turn 65 years old within the 6 months installment term or 6 months installment period but will not file a retirement or permanent total disability benefit application within the STML PCP availment period. So, para sa mga members na magsi-65 na or 65 na within the 6 months installment term, pero hindi pa rin po sila magpa-file ng kanilang final claim, makakapag-avail lang po sila nitong ating program under one-time payment term only. Pwede pa rin naman po sila mag-file. Tama ba? Kung diniscuss po kanina na yung mga members na 65 na hindi pa makapag-file ng retirement, yun po yung mga nagkukumpleto pa ng requirements. Like yung 120 contributions po natin para makapag-avail sila ng ating pension. So habang hinihintay po nila yon at meron po silang loan or past due loan na gusto nilang bayaran at ma-waive yung penalty, pwede po sila mag-avail. Yan po, mag-o-online po sila niyan. Kasi since hindi pa sila considered as DDR applicant, pwede po sila mag-file online, then ma-avail lang po nila is one-time payment. Yun lang nang babasa naman po yung system. Ang i-kaya lang po na preferred term po sa inyo ay naka-fixed one-time payment. Next, how can a member borrower pay or settle the approved STML? Once approved po ito, may payment reference number po tayo na ibibigay. Automatically, nai-issue po yun ng system. So, doon sa kanyang application online, sa screen niya, ang pinakalas po nun is i-display po natin yung kanyang payment reference number para doon sa kanyang approved consolidated loan. This PRN must be used to pay the approved consolidated loan and the restructured loan. So, yung restructured loan naman niya, sa regular billing naman ng PRN po yun ipapadala. And take note, yung kanilang mga due dates, yung sa consolidated loan po, is 30 days after 30 days from the receipt of notice of loan approval. While the restructured loan naman po is every end of the month following the applicable month naman po. Yung regular natin na due date. So next, where can a member pay their ST and LTC fee one-time payment for loan amortization? Members can pay through SSS branches with tailoring section and SSS collecting partners, bank or non-bank. Yung ating mga accredited banks, saka mga non-banks. So reminder lang po, amount to be paid for one-time payment or the 50% down payment must be equal to the issued PRN amount. Ito yung pinaulit-ulit po natin kanina na hindi po pwedeng mag-staggered payment. Kaya yung nag-issue po tayo ng PRN equal to the amount of the approved consolidated loan. So yun po yung kanilang babayaran. Next, payment of RL1 installment may be accelerated. Example, yung payment amount na babayaran more than the month. Po yun, kunwari, bumitaw, nag-intermittent connection, hindi po pala na-modify yung, hindi na-save yung kanyang modification na ginawa. So, if ever po para ma-ensure po na na-save and yung inyong modification, pwede nyo po i-print or i-check yung SOA billing, yung PRN na nakalagay, PRN billing po doon. Pwede nyo po yun i-print or pwede nyo i-screenshot or picturean na ando na po yung modified amount. So, what should a member bring to pay or settle their approved ST and LPCP? So, they can present printed PRN loans billing, yung may barcode, downloaded po doon sa my.sss or obtained from SSS branches. Yung SMS po nagaling po sa SSS regarding the PRN loans. PRN loan billings with barcode from members' Android or iOS device. Ito yung mga in-screen capture nyo po sa cellphone niyo, pwede rin po yun. Or, pwede rin naman pong gumamit po kayo ng short-term loan payment form available from the SSS branches. Indicate nyo lang po doon sa form yung PRN po na binigay po sa inyo. Kunwari, di ba doon sa upon application po ninyo and na-approve na, since ipa-prompt naman po doon sa screen yung PRN, pwede naman pong isulat nyo na rin po yun or screen capture nyo po yun. Then kay SSS, pwede pong mag-sort kayo doon ng payment form, sulat nyo lang po yung PRN, or ipakita nyo lang po yung picture. Yung, na nakalagay po doon yung inyong PRN. Kung yun po ay applicable para sa mga hindi po nag-modify. Next is, can a member pay in partial for one-time payment just like in previous loan restructuring program, yung mga nag-unti-unti po. So, dito po kay STM LPCP, we don't allow that po. It must be paid in a single payment transaction within the 30 calendar days from the receipt of the Notice of Loan Approval or the NOLA. So, hindi po tayo allow to do the staggered or partial payments. If ever man po na mag-partial payment si member. Kung meron po nangyari na gano'n, nag-offline po kasi, nag-offline po yung ating mga tailoring service, tapos magbabayad si member, tapos naipilit na siya ay not equal yung payment niya dun sa PRN, nagkaroon ng ganong problem, i-deem pa rin po natin na canceled po yung kanyang condonation application. So, dapat po, ensure natin na same amount po yung ating ibabayad para sa consolidated loan for either one-time payment or the 50% down payment. And like po nang binanggit natin kanina, yung mga partial payment naman po na yun, na para doon sa ating canceled application will be treated as regular payment and shall be applied dun sa oldest outstanding short-term member loan po natin following the order of priority, which is penalty, interest, and last the principal. Next, can a member just pay or settle their delinquent loans directly to SSS branches or SSS accredited collection partners even without filing a STML PCP application online? Okay, yung sagot po natin is no. Member must have an approved STML PCP online application bago po sila magbabayad para po ma-waive yung kanilang penalties. Meron po kasi tayong previous dun sa previous cases po dun sa ating loan restructuring program po noong 2016 and 2018 na once na nag-check si member, kunwari na-check na nila, ito pala yung babayaran ko pag avail ako nitong loan na to. Sa sobrang excited po, ang ginawa po nila, kahit hindi pa po nila na-file, nagbayad na po sila. So, ang nangyari po, hindi po yun na consider under that program. So, dito po natin, i-remind po natin ang lahat na kailangan po mag-file po ng application online para sa mga non-DDR applicants. Mag-file po tayo ng online application po natin bago po tayo magbayad para po ma-enjoy po natin or ma-avail po natin itong programa at ma-waive po yung penalties upon full payment po natin ng consolidated loan. And also, yun nga, kailangan din po natin gamitin yung na-issue na STML PCP PRN in paying both loans, yung consolidated or yung restructured loan. Next is, what will happen if member fail to pay the consolidated loan on or before the 30 calendar period? So, if ever po hindi nila nabayaran, the approved STML PCP shall be automatically canceled. So, ika-cancel na po natin iyon. Hindi man nila nabayaran or nagbayad po sila in partial, ika-cancel po natin yung STML PCP application po ng member. Para po dun sa mga hindi nakapagbayad, kung ang next question po nila, can a member reapply for another STML PCP if hindi nga po nila nabayaran yung consolidated loan within the 30 calendar day period? Yes po, ina-allow po natin sila to resubmit the condonation application provided po na nag-apply sila or nag-file sila ulit before the last day of the program implementation on February 14, 2022. Okay, what will happen if member fail to pay the RL1 on or before the last due date of the 6-month amortization? Tulad ng diniscuss natin po kanina, kailangan po si restructured loan 1 should be 0 at the end of the 6-month term. If ever any unpaid principal of RL1 and the proportionate balance of the condonable penalty shall become part of a new principal under restructured loan 2 or RL2 with higher interest rate, not 10% per annum until fully paid. And this shall be due and demandable. Immediately due and demandable na po ito, including yung accrued interest. Can a member pay ahead of the due date and more than the scheduled amount to settle their TRL1 installment term? Yes po. Like yung sinabi rin natin kanina, pwede naman po basta i-edit lang po nila yung kanilang PRN. Yung amount to be paid portion po ng kanilang PRN under the PRN loans facility of their My.SSS account bago po sila magbayad para po mag-update po muna sa system, sa SSS system yung kanilang updated amount. So, yun nga, ensure din yung saving nung kanilang modification. At i-sure na yun ay nag-reflect. So, pwede nga nilang i-print yung kanilang PRN billing para makita nila yung modified amount. So, next is, if STML PCP has been paid, when the member can apply for a new short-term member loan. Yan. Member may be allowed to file a short-term member loan from the date of full payment of the approved STML PCP. Siyempre, subject pa rin po sa eligibility requirements of the short-term member loans. If ever mag-a-apply sila ng calamity loan, so yung eligibility requirements po nun, by salary loan, yun po, susundin pa rin po natin yun. Not necessarily na nabayaran nyo po yung ating approved STML PCP, pero paano kung hindi ka naman po pala nagbayad ng contributions? Di ba po, one of the requirements po ng ating salary loan is merong 6 months posted payment within, 6 months posted contributions within the 12-month period prior to the month of availment. So, kailangan pa rin pong sundin yun. Ayun. And that ends my presentation po. Thank you so much.
Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Estilier, sa napakagandang pong presentation at pagpapaliwanag tungkol po sa ating restructuring program, no? Yung ating member loan penalty condonation program. Okay, bago po tayo magtungo sa ating question and answer portion, meron lamang po tayo ilang webinar reminders o nais namin i-promote sa inyo. Let me just share my presentation. Una po yung ating Excel portal. So, kung nais nyo po matuto ng mga bagay patungkol sa SSS, meron po tayong libreng online library. So, ito po yung Excel portal na tinatawag natin. So, maaari nyo pong scan yung QR code o yung link po na nandiyan sa inyong screen para ma-access po yung ating Excel portal. May iba't ibang modules po available dito. Pwede nyo pong basahin yung bawat modules. At kung nais nyo pong mabigyan din ng e-certificate, katunayan na kayo po ay nakapag-aral dito sa ating Excel portal, maaari nyo pong sagutan yung mga exam na nasa dulo ng bawat module. Pag nakapasa po kayo, mabibigyan po kayo ng e-certificate. So, subukan nyo po i-access yung ating Excel portal. Okay. Meron din po tayo SSS Company Organization Seminar. Ito po ay seminar on SSS benefits and updates dedicated to the employees of a requesting company or members of a requesting organization. Kung nais nyo po na magkaroon tayo ng exclusive webinar para sa inyong grupo, sa inyong mga empleyado o sa inyong organization, pwede po kayo mag-email sa amin. Kayo po magsasabi ng date, time, at bilang ng participants. Minimum 20 participants po, padala nyo lamang po sa aming email para ma-reserve po namin yung inyong preferred na petsa. Libre po ito at matututunan nyo na po, may share po sa inyo, meron po tayong tagapagsalita mula sa SSS. Susunod po yung ating in-depth information seminar. Nagbubukas na rin po yung ating mga slots para po dito. So ito po 2 araw na intensive online training on SSS and EC programs, including updates and computation of benefits. So, maaari po kayo mag-register para po dito sa ating 2 araw na libre training, lalo na po yung mga employees na nag-handle ng SSS matters ng company para malaman nyo po yung proseso, yung computation, yung online filing. Itinuturo po lahat yan dito sa ating in-depth seminar. At babala din po no, na marami po ngayon, lalo na naka-quarantine po karamihan at online po karamihan sa atin, babala po sa publiko, marami po ngayon naglipa ng online scammers, fixers, at fake news. So pinag-iingat po kayo, lalo na po yung mga sinusundan nyo pong group or pages sa Facebook man o sa iba't ibang social media sites, no? Mag-ingat din po sa mga clickbait o yung mga link na ipinapasa sa inyong email. No? Pag meron po kayong natanggap at medyo nagdududa po kayo, maaari po kayo mag-report sa aming Special Investigation Department. Nandiyan po sa ating screen. Yan po, meron din po silang email address na fid@sss.gov.ph. Para maiwasan po natin maloko, so sundan din po natin yung mga official social media sites po natin. Yan, meron po tayong Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Viber, at syempre meron po tayong YouTube account. Okay, bago po tayo magtapos, sagutin lang po natin yung ilang mga katanungan nyo dito na ipinasa sa ating chat facility. Ipopost na rin po namin habang naghihintay po yung iba, yung evaluation link sa ating chat. Or maaari nyo po i-scan na rin po yung ating QR code na nasa screen. Bago po natin sagutin yung mga katanungan nyo, pakilala ko lamang po yung kasamahan natin dito sa Member Loans Department na sasagot po ng inyong mga katanungan. Samahan niyo po ako. Let us welcome our speaker. Ang ating isa po sa mga sasagot ng inyong mga katanungan, ang Senior Specialist po from Member Loans Department, Mr. Rodrigo L. Armas. Sir Rodrigo, good afternoon po.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon sa lahat ng mga nakikinig ngayon dito sa ating programa.
Ayan. Yes, maraming salamat po.
Sir, correct ko lang po.
Senior
Analyst.
Senior Analyst. Okay.
Baba mo konti.
Ayan. Okay, salamat po, Sir Rodrigo. Nandito rin po yung mga kasamaan ko from the Member Education Department. Acknowledge ko lang din po si Sir Mark Angco, si Rodel Castillo. Nandito rin si Forty Remandeman, Joven Salera, Raylinda Coronado, Abigail Pacheco, at yung kasamaan ko po kanina, si Miss Chris Cabeje. Okay, simulan na po natin yung ating question and answer, Sir Rod.
Yes.
From Jen K. Sabi niya po dito, we have a member who is already 60 years old this month. Then he still has the balance to his SSS short-term loan continuation. Ang question niya po, can he still continue paying the loan until fully paid? And after fully paid, that's the time he will file for his retirement benefit. Will SSS allow it?
Yes. Pwede pa rin naman. Kung hindi niya i-avail itong program na to, at hindi pa rin siya nagpa-file ng kanyang retirement, pwede pa rin niya ipagpatuloy. Pero sayang din itong ating pinapatupad ngayong programa kung qualified naman yung kanyang existing loan at may mga medyo, sabihin na natin kung matagal na itong loan na to at may mga penalties, i-avail na niya. Sayang din naman to kasi meron naman siyang option kung gusto niya ng one-time payment or installment. So, kung gusto niyang i-avail to, pwede pa naman hanggang ano pa naman to February 14. So, allowed naman. Pero kung gusto niyo lang ipagpatuloy, pwede naman. Yeah, parang gusto niya kasi siguro bago siya mag-file ng retirement, malinis ang kanyang loan record. Yan.
Opo, so, tama po yun. Sige, sir.
Yan, sige, yun. Kung yun ang option niya, gusto niya muna malinis, at kung ayaw niya i-avail tong program, pwede naman, nasa sa kanya naman yan.
Yan, nabigyan po kayo ng option ni Sir Rod kung ano pong gagawin. So, nasa sa inyo po ang desisyon para po sa pagsasaayos ng inyong SSS loan.
Yes.
Mula po sa Focus Direct, ang tanong naman po niya, employee accidentally click the one-time payment. Is there an option to undo it? Parang gusto siguro nito, Sir Rod, gawing installment imbis na one time. Oo.
Ibig sabihin nito, na-submit niya na yung application niya siguro. Kaya hindi niya na ito mabago. Kung ito ay na-submit na at naka-receive na siya ng notice of approval, ang pwede lang niyang gawin ay hintayin niya ma-cancel. So meron naman siyang 30 days from the time na na-approbahan siya. So halimbawa, siguro baka may ilang days na rin, basta available pa at within the availment period pa, pwede naman. Kasi ang last availment is February 14. Pasok ba yon? Pasok ba yung 30 days nyo doon? Or ilan days na lang ba ang natitira para makancel yon? So, kung makakancel ito at within the availment period, pwede niya i-resubmit. Yan. Basta i-check niyo din niya sa ano niya sa my.ss kung na-cancel na siya. Yon. Abangan lang niya. Tingnan niya lang niya within 30 days o after 30 days yan. So, yun.
Yes, salamat po, Sir Rod. Para po sa mga hindi nakaka Sir Rod, paano po ba ang application ng cancellation ng condonation?
Actually, ano to, system to. Automatic, ika-cancel ng system to. So, kung halimbawa, nakapag-apply ka at naaprubahan, so mayroon tayong 30 days grace period na hihintayin. So, within that, at wala na-receive si system na payment, doon lang siya maka-cancel. So, after 30 days yun. So, doon lang siya pwedeng mag-apply o mag-re-apply ng itong program.
Automatic cancellation po ito, sir?
Oo, automatic to. System na magka-cancel ito. Yan. So, hintay lang nila ma-cancel yung kanilang in-apply na penalty condonation. Yan.
So, napakalinaw po, no? Yung sagot ng ating tagapagsalita. Sir, for the last question na nandito sa chat facility natin from Anonymous, bakit po binalik nyo yung principal original loan amount ko? Sabi niya. Akala ko after 30 days na hinayaan ko lang, babalik lang yung remaining loan balance ko.
Ano kaya ibig sabihin nito? Medyo...
Parang ano yata, bumalik yata yung dati niyang loan sa dati.
Oo. Baka kasi wala... Kung ito kasi, linawin lang natin, kung halimbawa wala pang 30 days yung kanyang application o yung approval niya, as is lang siya. Parang ano pa rin siya, makikita pa rin niya sa record niya, yung pa rin kung ano yung record niya prior to approval. So, ang mangyayari lang nito, makikita lang niya yung changes, magkakaroon siya ng setup ng panibagong account. Ito ngayon, itong tinatawag nating penalty condonation o tinatawag na restructured loan. Pag may nakita si system na payment, doon lang siya mas-setup. At yung previous loan na in-apply niya for this program, mawa-wipe out na yun. Ibig sabihin, magsi-zero balance na yun. So baka kayo nang ibig sabihin niya. Kasi kailangan may makita si system na nagbayad tayo ng one-time payment o yung 50% na down payment. Pero kung wala pa naman 30 days, as is lang siya. Wala kang makikitang yung naka-setup na bagong account o itong tinatawag nating na restructured loan o yung penalty condonation. So, as is lang yung makikita nyo po kung ito po yung tama po ba yung binabanggit po natin dito sa katanungan po ni Anonymous. So, baka yun po, baka lang yun ang tinatanong. Pero kung wala talagang payment at lumipas ng 30 days, yun na yun, as is na yun. Kung ano yung nakikita niya ngayon dun sa loan records niya. Yan. Pero, kung halimbawa at may na-receive siya, may nagbayad siya, yun, doon lang niya makikita na si-zero out na yung previous loan niya at makikita niya na meron na na-setup na restructured loan. Yan. So baka yun ang gusto niyong linawin. Yan.
Yes. Sana yun nga yung katanungan ni Anonymous, no? Pero kung hindi, pwede mo pa na may padala dito sa ating chat. Sir, may umabol dito si Anonymous din, Anonymous 2. Sabi niya, bayad na yung 13K ko tapos 1.8 plus na lang natitira. Bakit binalik niyo yun ulit yung 13K?
Bayad na yung 13K. Ano ibig sabihin?
Tapos 1.8 na lang daw natitira. Bakit daw binalik yung 13K? Hindi masyadong detalyado yung
hindi natin alam kung ito ba para dito sa program na to o meron na siyang payment na partial payment na 13K. Pero ba't bumalik sa 13K? So, kailangan natin linawin yan. So, kung maaari sana, siguro, more investigation siguro ang gagawin natin para malaman natin kung ano ba talagang itong case na to. Pwede naman siguro nilang i-email para ma-check din natin kung ano yung concern ni ma'am or sir para dito sa payment niya na sinasabing 13K plus ang natitira na lang 1.8 na lang. Yan.
Yan. So, sa ating participant na nagtanong, Padala niyo po sa amin through email at hayaan niyo po na suriin po ng SSS para mabigyan po kayo ng malinaw na payo sa dapat yung gawin at para makita po natin yung records ninyo. Yan. Sir Rod, wala na pong question sa ating chat. Maraming salamat po. Meron po ba kayong message para sa ating mga participants?
Yan, tama. Oo. Sa ating mga nakikinig ngayon, malapit na yung February 14. Baka meron po kayong mga record o loan records na pabayaan na nalimutan. Yan. Ngayon na, mag-avail na po tayo. Samantalahin natin itong magandang programa ng SSS. So hanggang February 14. Pero hanggat maaari, huwag na natin hintayin yung last day. Baka magka-problema pa tayo sa 14 mismo. Baka hindi na natin ma-access sa dami siguro magpukumahog, mag-apply. Yan. Hanggat maaga pa, mag-apply na sila. Yan.
Okay, salamat po Sir Rod sa napakaganda pong paalala sa ating mga participants. At yun, din na po nagtatapos yung ating webinar session. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagdalo sa ating webinar on Short-Term Member Loan Penalty Condonation Program o STML-PCP. Ito yung sinasabi po ng iba na Pandemic Relief and Restructuring Program 5 ng SSS. Muli maraming salamat po sa inyong pagdalo. Diyan na po nagtatapos yung ating webinar session. Ingat po kayo at nawa hindi po kayo maibilang, no? Walang magkasakit sa atin sa mga nagkaka-COVID. Sa mga nakikinig naman na may COVID, sa ngayon, katulad ko po na may positive sa COVID, no? Okay lang po yan. Kayang-kaya natin ito. Magpagaling po tayo at magpakatatag. Kami naman po sa SSS, may pandemic man o wala, patuloy po tayo magseserbisyo para sa ating mga miyembro. Okay, maraming salamat po muli. Ingat po kayo. Happy Friday po kayo sa inyong lahat. Diyan na po nagtatapos ang ating webinar session. Mabuting araw po sa inyong lahat at maraming salamat po. Sir Rod, maraming salamat po.